Salut tout le monde, ici Joey Alfieri des Alouettes de Montréal. Écoute, on s'en va en Coupe Grey. Absolument, match absolument fou. J'en reviens toujours pas. Les Alouettes qui gagnent au BMO Field 38-17 contre les Argonauts de Toronto. Écoute, les trois facettes du jeu, l'attaque a eu le ton sur le match en fin de rencontre, mais la défensive, il faut commencer avec ça. La défensive avec 8 revirements si on inclut le résultat du jeu à la toute fin. Mais 8 revirements ce soir contre les Argonauts de Toronto. Écoute, sur troisième essai et des poussières, la défensive les a arrêtés 2 fois et encore, il y a 4 interceptions, il y a un échappé. Écoute, les turnover on downs, comme on dit en anglais, écoute, c'est toute une performance de l'unité défensive. Et ils ont donné le ton au match dès le début. Donc, j'ai hâte de lire vos commentaires. Vous pouvez écrire les commentaires et on va en mentionner quelques-unes. Go Owls, go. Merci, Joey. Oui, absolument. Paul, what an exciting game. What a defense. Everyone contributed. We're Grey Cup bound. Yes, the Alouettes are going to the Grey Cup for the first time since 2010. Who would have thought? Écoute, la défensive a donné le ton au match dès le début. C'est sûr que les Argos ont eu quand même une belle séquence pour débuter la rencontre, mais l'interception, je pense, c'est 101 verges de Marc-Antoine Dequoy, encore une fois. Quelle saison de fou pour Marc-Antoine Dequoy. À mon avis, ça devrait être le meilleur Canadien de la Ligue cette année. Je sais que Brady Oliveira a connu une très bonne saison comme demi-offensif à Winnipeg, mais je m'excuse, c'est beaucoup plus difficile d'avoir un impact dans la Ligue canadienne de football comme maraudeur canadien que ça l'est comme demi-offensif. Bravo les Alouettes de Montréal. Félicitations pour ton beau travail, Joey. Enjoy. Yes, absolument. On s'en revient à Montréal tout de suite. Les joueurs sont dans le vestiaire. Wow, from Thailand. Les joueurs sont dans le vestiaire. On va parler, on va essayer de parler à tout le monde, mais c'est la folie. Je viens de sortir du vestiaire, c'est la folie partout. Mais je vais vous dire une chose. Oui, c'est la folie. Écoute, il était négligé. Tout le monde leur a dit que c'était impossible de battre Toronto. 16 victoires, 2 défaites lors de la saison. Mais écoute, c'est débile ce qui vient de se passer. Donc oui, c'est la folie dans le vestiaire, mais quand même, tout le monde dit la même chose. C'est excitant, c'est incroyable. Mais, il en manque une. Il reste une game. So, c'est pas terminé, c'est pas fini. Reste du travail à faire. Mais absolument incroyable le travail que ce groupe a fait. Écoute, comme on l'a mentionné, 8 revirements, c'est fou, là. On n'a jamais entendu parler de ça. Écoute, c'est absolument débile. Absolument débile de voir ce qui s'est passé sur le terrain. Pas juste cette saison, mais partout. Come on. All right, notre premier invité, Austin Mack qui s'en vient. Il s'en vient. Il n'y a pas de T-shirt derrière. All right. First one up. You told me you were going to come no matter what.
I got you. Let's
Okay.
go.
Let's go from the very beginning, man. Like nobody, no power rankings, week 1, going in 9. And even after you did win a couple of games, still you weren't getting the love and respect. How does it feel to come all the way here, beat the 16-2 squad, and head to the Grey Cup?
I mean, this is everything that we've wanted. It's been right here in front of us, man. And this team is going up and down, and we're a group that's just came together, right? These guys, there's other teams, they've been together for 3-4 years. Man, we're coming together and we're hot right at the right time, man. Yeah.
Offensively, I know it was a little bit of a slow start, Austin, but I thought, again, like last week, when it came time to close the game down, you guys had the money drives to put the game to bed.
Absolutely, and we ran the ball really well. We executed on offense when we needed to, and those are the big things: staying on offense, staying on the field, letting our defense a break, man. But defense, dog, defense was absolutely lights out, and even JJ, man, and the special teams, they gave us another score. When defense scores and special teams score, it makes our job extremely easy.
I mean, the defense got 2. Ento got 1 as well. I mean, so what's it feel like? I know you guys are happy, but what's it like to go in there now? Like, I know I said it's crazy in there, but everyone's saying the same thing. There's still 1 more to go.
Absolutely. I mean, we're on cloud 9 right now, but it's tomorrow. tomorrow we start in phase 3, and we're coming. We're extremely focused. We're extremely locked in, and we have been this entire run. We know exactly what we're here for. So, and that's to win a Grey Cup. So, appreciate you, Joey.
Congratulations, buddy. Thank you very
man.
much.
Thank you.
All right. Austin Mack des Alouettes de Montréal qui écoute des gros attrapés pour Austin Mack. Et on a la vedette qui va se joindre à nous. Bon, vas-y, je te donne le micro, dis ce que tu veux. Vas-y.
Attends, il y a combien de monde dans ce moment-là?
On est rendu à
On
121
s'en va
en
à la
direct.
121 en direct. Écoute, est-ce qu'il y avait du doute parmi les partisans, honnêtement? Est-ce qu'il y avait un doute? Parce qu'il n'y en a plus maintenant. 13 ans. 13 ans, guys. 13 ans qu'on n'a pas été. La dernière fois, j'étais dans mon salon, j'étais à votre place. Puis là,
Vas-y.
asti, on va aller la gagner, man. Merci tout le monde. Merci énormément. Pose tes questions, Joey.
OK, vas-y.
Faut que j'ai...
Premièrement, Budweiser, joueur du match, félicitations. Ça fait la 1000e fois cette année, mais it's all good. Non, ça fait une couple de fois. Mais
oui!
on est en direct, là, c'est pas grave. Vas-y. All right. Bon, parle-moi de la première séquence des Argos, Marc-Antoine. Écoute, ils sont rendus en dedans du 10, mais il y a de la pression de Beverett dans la face de Kelly, puis j'en revenais pas qu'il a lancé ce ballon-là. Qu'est-ce que tu as vu?
Même si, écoute, moi aussi, j'en revenais pas. C'est simple, c'est une couverture où c'est qu'on est en man-to-man, on est en couverture homme à homme, puis on envoie plus de pression qui peuvent bloquer, fait que faut que la balle sorte vite. J'étais direct dans la face du receveur. J'ai été surpris qu'il me la lance. C'était une mauvaise lecture de Kelly, une mauvaise balle. Je l'ai attrapé puis j'ai couru pour un toucher.
Mais il faut mentionner les 8 revirements. Moi, je pensais que vous allez provoquer des revirements cet après-midi, mais 8, jamais. Juste parle-moi un peu. Vous étiez dans la tête de Chad Kelly. Là, c'était clair, c'est pas les mêmes Argos qu'on a vus cette année. Qu'est-ce que vous avez fait en tant que défensive?
Écoute, on a fait 8 revirements, c'est ça qu'on a fait. Écoute, l'affaire, c'est que Chad n'a jamais été testé. C'est un très bon carrière, il ne faut rien lui enlever, mais il n'a jamais été testé. Il y a une saison quand même assez facile. Et là, je pense que ça a été un moment plus difficile. C'était sa première match de série éliminatoire, c'est qui est partant. C'est différent quand tu es un backup ou c'est que tu as moins de pression qui arrive à la Coupe Grey. Je pense que c'était pas le carrière qu'on connaît, mais une chose est sûre, c'est que les 10 erreurs qu'il a faites, on a capitalisé. Puis, écoute, c'est comme ça qu'on a Québec Rules. Ben oui, on continue. Oui, merci Eric Boulet. Merci beaucoup, guys.
Écoute, Noel Thorpe, qu'est-ce que tu peux me dire de Noel Thorpe? C'est un coordonnateur ici l'an passé qui a été beaucoup critiqué après la finale de l'Est 2022. Là, écoute, eux autres, commençant le 4e quart, il avait marqué 3 points, Marc-Antoine. Qu'est-ce que tu peux dire de la job que Noel Thorpe a faite cette semaine et tout au long de la saison?
Incroyable le job. Il faut comprendre que je pense que ça fait plusieurs fois qu'il faut comprendre. Il faut que je change de mot un peu. Honnêtement, Thorpe a fait tellement un travail sur lui-même durant l'off-season. Il a travaillé qu'est-ce qui a été critiqué puis il nous met dans des positions pour pouvoir faire des jeux. Je veux dire, je peux pas être plus content d'avoir un coordinateur défensif comme lui.
On l'a vu tout au long de la saison. La défensive à bend don't break. On avait vu ça tout au long de l'année. Puis là, tu avais ton revirement qui est survenu dans la red zone. Tu avais le turnover on downs qui était en dedans de la ligne de 5. Pourquoi la défensive? Parle-moi un peu de la mentalité bend don't break. Comment vous faites pour garder le focus et de ne pas te faire envahir par le momentum que l'attaque de l'autre bord a?
Ça reste qu'au final, c'est les joueurs sur le terrain. Il faut nommer les joueurs qu'on a sur le terrain. Tu regardes notre alignement complet, là, c'est des... Je ne vais pas tous les nommer, là, ça va être là, mais chacun d'entre eux, c'est des dogs. Des vrais dogs. C'est du monde là, qui... Écoute, tu te lèves le matin là, puis tu vas aller à la guerre avec ces gars-là. On est partout. Partout. On a du talent, on a des gars qui travaillent fort. Puis aujourd'hui, ce momentum-là est avec nous. Puis je pense que c'est juste quelque chose que tu dois parler tous les jours. On en parle tous les jours. Puis on le sait. On n'était même pas surpris dans le dessin. On dit, on est surpris des revirements? Non, on le sait, c'est ça qu'on fait.
Exact. Puis juste, je sais que c'est toujours spécial, tu sais, aller en Coupe Grey, moi, c'était ma première fois avec, mais tu sais, en tant que négligé, pas juste en rentrant dans ce match-là, tu sais, les Power Rankings de la CFL, la première semaine de l'année, vous étiez 9e. Vous avez battu Ottawa, vous ont mis 8e. Tu sais, ça a avancé lentement, tu sais. Le feeling, est-ce que c'est encore plus spécial à cause de ça, du rôle de négligé?
Écoute, on le sait, on est comme les cousins éloignés du Canada, on parle français, ils nous aiment pas trop, on a un accent, fait qu'ils nous mettent dernier. Écoute, croyez pas en nous autres, mais les fans qui sont là, les fans qui sont à Montréal, ils le savent. Oui. On le sait. Oui. On le sait qu'on est capable de gagner. On essaie de revenir. C'était une saison difficile, mais on a prouvé qu'on a une équipe qui peut gagner en série éliminatoire puis une équipe qui peut gagner.
Il en reste une, Marc-Antoine. Félicitations.
Merci beaucoup.
All right, Marc-Antoine, de quoi? Des Alouettes, you could jump on right away. All right, we got Tyler Sneer. Let's back up a little bit. All right. Tyler, I thought, first of all, let's go a word for the defense. I mean, it was 8 turnovers tonight if you count the Ruffin breakup on 3rd and long at the end. Just talk to me a little bit about the job the defense was able to do while you guys were on the sideline.
They did an amazing job. They've been playing. Sorry. They've been playing great all year, and today we came out there and we knew we needed one more win to advance to the Grey Cup, and they came out and they played their tails off, man. I mean, 8 turnovers, like you said, is insane, and they just kept the ball with the offense, and they scored some themselves, so they played a great game.
How much emphasis did you guys put this week on the play-action pass? You know what I mean? It seems like it set up a lot for you. They were expecting a heavy dose of the run, and you guys seemed to catch them by surprise with that.
Yeah, it was just a great game plan going in all week, and we felt good about it. And that's back to the film room with coaching and all that stuff. So they did a good job just preparing us for that, and then our job was to go out there and execute, and we did.
Sorry, the wire's a little short. My bad. Offensively, I thought last week I'd mentioned to Cody that I thought the drive when, after the interception, Hamilton went on a long drive, kicked a field goal, make it a 5-point game. Then I thought this week you guys, maybe it was a slow start offensively, but you guys had championship drives at the end to kill the clock. The ant we touched on at the end just put the game to bed. Just talk to me a little bit about what you guys have been able to do offensively, locking in and putting the knee down. It's back-to-back weeks. Cody says he wants to put the knee down, and he did.
Yeah, back-to-back weeks. That's how you want to end the game, and we did. Obviously we want to get a little more out of what we did tonight, and we'll work on that, and we will get better, especially if the defense plays like that, which they have been all year. So it's just on us to go out there and do our job. But, anytime you can put the knee down, it's a good game. And we had some great drives, especially down the stretch when we needed them. And that's just a credit to Seven and the coaching staff and the play calls and everybody executing.
Okay, I don't want to do the big retrospect now because there's one game left to go out there and win. But for you, what does this moment mean to you as a guy who, you had a great camp, started the year on the PR, and now you become a focal point of the offense just like 23 weeks later?
Yeah.
Just what does this mean to you to be going to the Grey Cup championship game?
It means everything to me, especially with those guys in the locker room, just going through everything with them. So I'm excited to get out there and play with those boys and get the win.
Enjoy, Tyler. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Tyler Sneed of the Montreal Alouettes. Oui, je m'excuse, j'ai un fil attaché à ma caméra, puis je l'ai tiré un peu trop fort une couple de fois. Vous voyez, guys, ils sont contents, les gars, mais la job n'est pas finie. La job n'est pas finie du tout. Donc, on va regarder quelques commentaires. Ce qui me surprend le plus, c'est que Toronto a été vraiment mauvais. Oui, le crédit revient aux Alouettes. Je ne veux pas partir de débat. Non, mais je m'excuse, mais je vais m'arrêter là. Éric, j'apprécie le commentaire. Et ils étaient mauvais, mais je pense que c'est notre défensive qui les a forcés à faire des erreurs. What a great season that Sneed had. Okay, we got a couple special teams warriors coming. Est-ce que vous voulez me voir? C'est tout ça? OK, les deux? Vas-y. Vas-y, bien. Oui, vas-y. J'ai l'air petit. Anyway, OK, on a Alex Gagné. Là, je suis tout mêlé. Là. Non, c'est de l'autre bord. Ça, c'est Chagnon. Oui, ça, c'est Gagné. OK, on est en mirror image. C'est pour ça que je suis un peu mêlé. Bon, Alex, juste parle-moi un peu la défensive ce soir a fait du gros travail, mais vous avez eu des contributions des 3 facettes du jeu. Et évidemment, le retour de Letcher, c'était énorme, mais l'attaque a bien fini le match. Cody a dit qu'il veut mettre le genou au sol. Ça fait 2 matchs de suite que vous avez fait ça, mais parle-moi de l'effort des 3 facettes du jeu ce soir.
C'est incroyable. Puis c'est pas pour rien qu'on a eu 7 victoires de suite. Là. C'est parce que les 3 facettes du jeu ont fini par s'aligner. Puis on s'est rendu que maintenant qu'on se complimente là, tout au courant des parties. Fait que on s'alimente un et l'autre, chacune des phases avec des gros jeux. Puis ça fait en sorte que ça fait des victoires là, au niveau de l'équipe.
OK, Fred, je sais que c'est toujours spécial d'aller en Coupe Grey, mais si je regarde avant la première semaine de l'année, les Power Rankings de la Ligue canadienne de football, vous avez mis 9e, vous avez battu Ottawa, on vous a fait monter d'un rang, vous étiez 8e. Le fait de rentrer en finale, vous avez battu cette équipe-là qui était 16-2, c'est-tu encore plus spécial de jouer le rôle de négligé dans cette situation-là?
Je pense que oui. Je pense que ça fait du bien. Juste de savoir que le monde, au début de l'année, n'avait aucun espoir envers nous. Puis à la fin de l'année, de jouer contre l'équipe qui a 16 victoires, 2 défaites pendant la saison, mais je vais dire, la victoire qu'ils avaient besoin, ils ne l'ont pas eu. Fait qu'ils sont 0-1 dans les matchs qui comptent.
Exact.
Fait que c'est juste satisfaisant.
OK, je vais vous poser la même question. On va commencer avec toi, Alex. Toi, tu es un petit gars de chez nous, comme ils disent. Parle-moi de comment tu te sens. Là. Tu représentes ta ville, ta province en finale de la Coupe Grey la semaine prochaine.
C'est incroyable, c'est incroyable. On est venu à Montréal, puis je pense que je peux parler de Frédéric aussi. On est venu à Montréal pour créer quelque chose. On a vécu les équipes à l'extérieur, on a vécu des cultures différentes, puis être capable de revenir aux Alouettes, puis de vouloir donner la prestance aux Alouettes comme dans le temps d'Anthony Calvillo. Puis on a eu la chance de partager ça avec Christian Matt, que lui a vécu ces années-là, puis il est encore là comme joueur, puis d'être capable d'y redonner ça, puis être capable d'aller à un match aussi prestigieux que la Coupe Grey, là, c'est extraordinaire, puis être capable de faire ça pour les fans qui sont restés avec nous tout au courant de ces dures années, c'est incroyable.
Toi, Fred?
Un peu comme Alex a dit, ça fait 7 ans que j'attends ce moment-là, puis juste d'avoir la chance de revenir à la maison. En 2014, j'ai eu la chance de gagner la Coupe Vanier avec Danny. Puis de pouvoir avoir la chance là, de gagner la Coupe Grey à Montréal avec Danny encore plus. Là, ce serait juste un sentiment exceptionnel. Puis je pense que comme Alex a dit aussi, juste ramener les belles années des Alouettes, comme on a vécu. Il y a Chris Matt qui est dans l'équipe, il est allé en 2012, je pense, je sais plus.
2010.
2010, OK.
Ouais.
Fait que juste, je suis super content pour lui en plus d'avoir la chance de vivre ça avec un gars qui a eu l'expérience. Puis là, on a plein de monde dans le staff aussi. Fait que c'est juste spécial. Puis d'essayer de ramener ça à Montréal, c'est spécial.
Merci les gars, félicitations.
Merci beaucoup, merci.
Right. Il en reste une par exemple. Excellent. Donc, écoute, vous avez entendu. Il y a 3 Québécois qui ont parlé. Fred Chagnon, il a quasiment les larmes aux yeux. Là. Donc, c'est spécial, absolument spécial, incroyable. Let's go, boys. Super proud of you all. We'll see you in Hamilton. Yes, Hamilton. It's a week-long celebration in the Hammer, and the Montreal Alouettes are going to be there. Who they play against? I don't know. Est-ce que quelqu'un a une mise à jour sur le score? Pas, je m'en fous pas mal. Mais si vous pouvez me donner une mise à jour sur le score, ça serait apprécié entre BC puis Winnipeg. Et écoute, on a une autre grosse vedette qui s'en vient. Là. On a une grosse vedette qui s'en vient. Un gars que depuis qu'il est dans l'alignement, ça a absolument changé les unités spéciales. Are you ready to jump on? All right, just a second. Thank you very much. All right, James Letcher is here. I mean, man, I can give you the mic. You could go off if you want. I can ask you questions. We can do whatever you like. But
Whatever.
all right, you waited very patiently all season long to get your opportunity. Every time I saw you show up to the practice field, you came to every practice. You returned every ball that was sent your way like it was, the final moments of the Grey Cup. Just what does this moment mean to you as a guy who waited patiently and you've made explosive plays? It's not like you've just come in and done a good job. You've been outstanding. How does it feel to be going to the Grey Cup?
It's amazing. Like you said, I've been waiting for this since I got on the team. Shoot, I've been waiting for an opportunity like this since I started playing football. I ain't never really went to a championship or won anything this big, So I'm super excited. I'm ready to go. We got one more week, and then we're gonna bring that trophy home.
That's the thing. It's like, I was in there in the room. Everyone's pumped up. Everyone's fired up. Don't get me wrong. But it's just like there's like all right, but there's still one game to go. Like, we're not done here.
Yeah, we're gonna celebrate the win. We're gonna get right back to work, like Coach said.
Talk to me about the return. I mean, it was a moment in the game where, Toronto had just started gaining a little bit of momentum. But, I mean, I don't know if you were touched. I think you might have been touched just at the very beginning of that return. But, I mean, you went all the way through.
Yeah, I don't think I was touched. It was a little muddy out there, so I slipped. But I'm not going to say somebody touched me. But, no, I got to give all the credit to my blockers, man. They opened up the hole for me, and I just ran, So all props to them.
Look, I know you're an offensive player and you're a returner, but just, the defense comes up with 8 turnovers. I'm going to ask everybody about the defense and what they were able to do tonight. Just talk to me, being on the sideline and watching them go. Just talk to me about what that was like, getting the energy from them.
I mean, shoot, we've seen it all year. We don't give up too many touchdowns, and we take the ball away as much as we can. I think we got the best defense in the league, and we're showing it at the right time. So, I couldn't be more proud of them. They couldn't be more proud of us. And, like I said, we got one more week. We're going to celebrate. We're going to have fun. We're going to get right back to work.
How much of a chip on your shoulder did you guys have? Not just about, all week. It was about how they were 16-2 and, how they, even the games they lost, some of their players didn't play. But, from the very beginning of the year, you guys started the year number 9 in the power rankings, and then you won week 1, and then you moved up 1 spot in the power rankings. It's not like they give you the benefit of the doubt. But just what's it like to come in with a chip on your shoulder, and how much did that chip help you?
All my career, I've really kind of been the underdog. Myself and the teams I've been on, we've always been the underdog. So to show everybody, to prove everybody wrong and to prove ourselves right is great. We've worked hard for this from day one. Coach said it, the grade 8. We've been working for it. and we finally get to show everybody what we been working for and what we got going. So I couldn't be more happy. I couldn't be more excited to party with my teammates and go crazy. So like I said, one more week.
Congratulations, buddy. Enjoy it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. That's James Letcher of the Montreal Alouettes, who had a big return touchdown. Yeah. If you have a second, yeah. I mean, you helped build the whole thing. We have Coach Jason Moss here. Coach, I mean, I know we talk about the three facets of the game. It was a three-facet effort tonight. But before we get into that, can we just talk a little bit about the defense? I mean, 8 turnovers tonight. I expected turnovers tonight, Coach. I didn't expect 8. I'm not going to lie to you. Just talk to me a little bit about the defense.
Yeah, they've been phenomenal. They were phenomenal tonight. Probably played their best all-around football game tonight against a great offense that had a bye, that was 16-2, 10-0 at home, all those things. They were tremendous tonight, absolutely. I've been proud of them all year. I just love the way they work. I love the way they compete and practice against us on offense, where they play for each other, the way they listen and are coachable. And the sky's the limit each and every week. And I think we're all excited about watching them play on the sidelines. For the guys that are in there, we're expecting great things every single time they take the field. They never cease to amaze me. Yet tonight was special, and to put us in the Grey Cup like that with that dominating performance was phenomenal.
Coach, how much does this mean for you? I know Cody's mentioned it, you mentioned it a little bit, but from how far you've come, especially with the way things ended for you last year, how special is this moment for you to come all the way back here and prove a lot of people wrong?
Yeah, I mean, I was unemployed this time last year, so I'm very grateful to have been hired to coach this team. I said it before, it was a second opportunity for me, and I'm not lost in the fact that I was given this opportunity, because of Danny and his belief in me. And all I wanted to do was repay him in some form or fashion. I just guaranteed to him that I would work hard every single day on culture to get us to play together for one another, and build that. And I promised we'd work hard at it and on the field and compete against each other. And people say, well, did you believe? I believed from day one. That's why I'm not real shocked right now. I'm really not. I mean, it's a surreal moment, one that I'll never forget. I'm so excited about it. But I've been thinking about this moment all year, and I honestly have. And there's a reason we put the grade 8 together, and we've talked about it all year as an awareness factor for us to say this is what we're shooting for, and this is how we're going to get there. And I've done nothing but believe that. And each week it's just confirmation after confirmation. Even when we were losing, with those streaks, I felt like we were getting better. We were learning good lessons that would help us down the stretch, and that's what happened. And, I do want to say that, people look at this as just a defensive performance, but we play three-phase football here, and we've done that for 7 straight weeks. And sometimes your offense isn't needed like your defense is. Their offense was needed, and they didn't come through. They turned the ball over. Well, had we done the exact same thing, it wouldn't matter what our defense did. So our offense, what they've done all year very well is protect the football. And when you have a great defense that takes it away, that's what you need to be able to do. And so we were able to do that and score when we needed to. And our special teams has been special all year. Our return game, our coverage game, has been phenomenal. Letcher coming at the end of the year has got 3 touchdowns at the end. I mean, he's been phenomenal, but that doesn't happen just by him. That happens by a tremendous amount of work that Byron puts into to scheming people up. Our guys that care, that are in there early and busting their butts. And then our coverage units. You can give up one, or you can take one to the house. You just can't give up any. And our coverage units have been phenomenal. And that's because they have so much pride in them. And again, Byron does a great job coaching them up. So again, we're a 3-phase football team. Don't let anybody fool you with that. Or we just have one phase that's just so incredibly great that it overshadows a lot of the other things that we do and have to do to win football games. But I'm so proud of the whole team. And again, the defense is just, it's fun to watch. I can't lie. I just love watching them. It's like you'd rather have them on the field the whole time. I mean, they're just so aggressive, so much fun to watch. And it's one thing to turn it over, but it's another thing to score.
Yeah,
and they score. And they've done it. I think that's their 13th touchdown on the season. So they're phenomenal.
Offensively, what I did want to mention, though, was I thought it's back-to-back weeks in the plus where you guys have, like, championship drives. Hamilton made it a 5-point game. You guys come back and you have the drive that Hardy scores on. In this game, too, I mean, Toronto made it close at the end of the game, and you guys come back and you didn't just kill the clock, but you score a touchdown at the end to put the game to bed. Just talk to me about that killer instinct that the offense has had.
Yeah, I mean, there was obviously we got that last turnover, and then we ended up scoring the touchdown when really a field goal was going to do it. But to be able to do that was great. The drive before that, we were driving, and we weren't going to give the ball back. We had the unfortunate offsides after a first down. If we would have got that first down, the game's, in my opinion, the game is over because we're going to kick a field goal there, go up three scores regardless, maybe even punch it in, and we would have the game done at that point. And then we just couldn't. We basically couldn't overcome the second and long situation there. But that drive I think was the championship drive where we did eat up clock and ate up yards, and we're able to push it into territory where it was very difficult for them to come back from. So again, it's a three-phase win. Obviously, one phase was tremendous, like they've been all year. But this football team believes in each other, play for one another, and they represent Montreal, Quebec, and the 4-2-5 like we talk about all the time extremely well. I'm very proud of that. Thankful for our owner and what he's done for us, and Danny and the staff, and Mark as a president. I mean, it takes everybody in this organization to win a championship, Eastern Division championship, and we have what it takes. And very proud of everybody in our locker room and in our organization. Congratulations, Coach. Enjoy it. There's one left, though. Oh, absolutely, all right. For sure.
Head coach Jason Moss. Stanley, you have a sec? You have 1 second? All right, we have William Stanback. Yeah, I know. William Stanback, you've been here. I think Christian Matt's been here longer than you, and I don't know who. I don't think there are too many guys who've been here longer than you. How special?
Gags was here.
Oh, maybe Gagnon was here.
Came back, but he was here before me.
Sure. Okay. Whatever. You've been a member of the Montreal Alouettes for a long time. How special does that feel to you right now that you're going to the Grey Cup?
Oh man, I can't even fix my brain around the words that I want to say. This is just an unbelievable feeling. All the hard work and dedication that we put in. People doing individual work, whether they're still staying in Montreal or they're back home in the South working out. But everyone bought into what the game plan really was this year, and we did what we had to do, man. We had a lot of adversity, and a lot of people doubted us this season, and we just stuck with it, and we understood what the method was that Coach had for us from the beginning of the season, starting with training camp, and we just stuck with it, and we believed it.
Talk to me a little bit about the offensive game plan. It seemed like the play-action pass worked real well. They hit a couple slants that way. They hit a couple dump passes that you were able to take. There was the one for 25 yards. Just talk to me a little about the offensive game plan and how you were able to keep Toronto's defense off balance a little bit.
Just trying to find ways to hit them, in different ways because, they're trying to stop the run game all the time, and that's what we try to implement our game around is the running game over here. And they're a stout defensive line. And they're the number one defense, the run defense in the league. So, it's no surprise that you're going to have trouble running the ball against them. So I just try to get myself out there, to be an extra, escape coat for Cody and just make sure I catch the ball every time it's thrown to me,
Yeah, I mean, you did. Yeah. Just, again, I thought we just talked to Coach about it, but in the last 2 weeks, I know the offense maybe gets off to slow starts, but there's championship drives there. Like the one before the Antwi touchdown, where you guys killed a lot of clock. You were able to run the ball at will. I thought that was a championship drive. Yeah. Hamilton last week, they made it a 5-point game. You guys came back, and the Jake Hardy scored the touchdown. Just talk to me a little bit about the offense being patient, not getting too down on itself, and coming through when it matters most.
Well, definitely. When it matters the most, it takes over, and we ended up winning the game. But that's not really how we want our offense to be. We want to start strong and start with fire and try to punch them. Sometimes we start off really slow, and then we have our defense. They're a stout defense, so they help us. They get us out of jail and everything like that. But for the most part, just making sure that we still execute and score points when it's needed. That's all that matters.
Lastly, Stanley, I got to ask you about that defense. I mean, it was 8 turnovers tonight. I don't talk to you about defense, but just when you're standing on the sideline watching these guys, they scored 2 touchdowns. They stopped them on 3rd and short twice. I mean, it was ridiculous what they were able to do tonight.
I see them in practice, and, they make me better.
Yeah.
And I take my hat off to them, man. I swear we wouldn't be where we are without them,
Congratulations, buddy. Well, there we go. We got congrats, Stanley. We'll see you. There's one left. We'll see you next week in Hammer.
Oh yeah, and we gonna bring the hammer too. Best believe that.
That's William Stanback of the Montreal Alouettes. I've got an old logo on my head. Now my hair's going to be all messed up, but that's okay. Do we have Cody Fajardo coming? 3-0 BC. Okay. Can we get Cody if possible? Oh, not sure. Okay. We might have to talk to Cody next week. OK, on va passer un peu en français parce qu'on a fait des entrevues quand même beaucoup en anglais. On va regarder les commentaires un peu. Long time waiting for Stanback. Félicitations. Après toute l'adversité que cette équipe a eue dans les dernières années, les Alouettes méritent notre respect. All right, we're going to finish off with the man. Cody Fajardo came in. Okay, so Cody, last week I talked to you about the championship drive when you guys were up 5 and you put the game to bed in Hamilton, against Hamilton rather. I thought the one before Antwi scored was the one where, you guys took the ball, you marched, you killed a lot of clock, you gave them no time left. Just talk to me about that drive in particular, and we'll get into the rest of the game after that.
Yeah, 2 huge plays I think people don't realize. One, James Tuck, I believe, catches his first pass of the game, if I'm not mistaken.
Second, I think.
Was it second? And trucks a guy and fights for extra yardage, gets a first down, where if he gets tackled right there, we're 2nd and 8, and obviously they were the number 1 defense statistically all year, and our defense was number 2 in a lot of categories. We knew that we were going to have a tough test against them. The second play that jumps off the chart is Cole Speaker. I don't know how many catches he had.
There he is. He's right behind you.
Yeah, he had a catch. He had a catch over the middle, and he fought for yards, and got us a first down. And we ate clock, and we moved the ball. But that's what this offense has done all year. To tell you the truth, when we needed a play, when we needed a drive, we've found a way to put it together and do it.
Yeah, I thought again tonight. I didn't see the final numbers. You had 5 for 38 on the ground tonight, though. Again, it wasn't 62 like last week, but it felt like they came at critical times. And I just gotta say, did you practice sliding? Because sliding, it's an art the way you do it. It's not as easy as you make it out to be. But you picked up some critical yardage again with your legs tonight.
He's the best in the league. The best.
That's awesome, man. There we go. All right.
I got a little baseball background, so that's where the sliding comes from. But to tell you the truth, I got rolled up on pretty good early on in the game, and I wasn't feeling my best legs-wise. And then towards the end of the game, I told Moss, don't be afraid to run me. And we put together a couple runs, and that's what we talked about going into the offseason, going into the season with Coach Moss was if you want to stay on the field, you've got to use your legs for 1 or 2 first downs, and I think we did that tonight. It was one of those grinded-out games where our defense was making plays, and if you want to get into a turnover battle with this team, one thing I'm very proud about this offense is we don't turn the ball over that much. Obviously, I had the interception, which sucks, but they were the best team in taking the ball away, and we won the turnover battle, and that's what wins playoff games.
The defense gave you the ball right back on the next play, by the way, so, it really didn't change the game all that much. And on that last run, you took out McManus and Peters. It was ridiculous. Okay, for you, we talked to Coach Moss about it. He mentioned how special it was. He said a year ago at this time was unemployed. For you and I have talked about it, the way it ended in Sask for you. But to have this moment, it's always special to go to the Grey Cup. You've been here once before. But to be here as a starter, to be here when people wrote you off, when people doubted you and Coach Moss, how special is that moment for you?
It was extremely emotional. When the clocks hit 0, I was very emotional. But to tell you the truth, there's one guy that always had my back, and it was Coach Moss. And that was the reason that I signed here. There was 2 big reasons. One, Danny Mack offered me a 2-year deal, something that no other team was doing in free agency. And 2, Coach Moss was going to be the head coach, a guy that I knew stood on the table for me in Sask. So I changed my mindset this year. The previous years, I always wanted to prove all the doubters, all the haters wrong. But this year, I wanted to prove all the people that believed in me right. My family, the coaches, the players, teammates. And that was my mindset all year, was prove the people that have been with me through the hard times, through the good times. Let's prove them right as opposed to wasting my time and my exhaustion trying to prove all the haters wrong, because there's always going to be haters. But that was the different mindset this year, and I think that was the difference I needed to take a team and help a team lead them to a cup.
When you step on the first time you step on the field, it's 7-0. Toronto's driving, and then Dequoy ends up with the pick 6 with Bev putting pressure on Chad Kelly. Just what's that like when things did get off to a slow start for both offenses, but you didn't turn the ball over, but when you step on the field and it's 7-0 and you guys never relinquish the lead, just how much easier does that, or how much pressure does that take off the offense?
It takes off pressure, but one thing I think people fail to realize is it's a long time before we get on the field.
Yeah.
Right? And they drove, we got a turnover, and then they were driving again, and then we finally got the ball back. And then another time where they end up scoring, and Letcher takes the kick return off, and then they drive again, right? And so there was a couple times in this game where I felt like offensively we were standing on the sideline a lot, but I'm okay with that if our team's scoring touchdowns, obviously. But what we did in this game offensively, we did everything we needed to do. But Dequoy's interception was something that set the tone. I told everybody all week, we had to take this game from them. They weren't going to give it to us. We had to take it from them. And what he did was he took the ball away from them, went down and scored. And that was, I think, their biggest stat, going into this game was their first quarter differential, point differential. To go 7-0 on a team that's coming off a bye week that hasn't had much adversity throughout the year, we knew that it was kind of favoring our hand a little bit, and we also knew everybody was doubting us throughout the entire week, and the only people that believed was the 1% in that locker room.
Yeah, absolutely. Finally, you've been to Grey Cup week as a backup quarterback. It's different. A lot of these guys have never experienced it before. What can you tell me about your experience? Not in the game, but what can you tell me about your experience? going to Hamilton on Monday. It's a full week out there. Just how crazy is it? How nuts does it get? And how much can your leadership help and your experience help in that situation?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is to embrace it, right? Some of these young guys, first year in the league and they're in the Grey Cup, like that's a blessing, but it doesn't come that easily, right? For me, my last time I was in the Grey Cup was 2017. So to take that week, it's a phenomenal week. And the CFL does such a great job. And I know Hamilton's going to do such a great job throughout the week. And there's going to be a lot of hype and there's going to be a lot of media attention. But don't get caught up in the circus, but enjoy it, right? Enjoy it. But we have a job to do. We have a job to win a Grey Cup, to be hoist that Grey Cup overhead at the end of the year. And that was our goal from day one of training camp. And we have everything we want right ahead of us. And I'm excited for this team. I think this team's going to embrace it. And I think we're going to have a hell of a lot of fun throughout the week and into the game.
Thank you, Cody. Congratulations. Enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
All right, Cody Fajardo of the Montreal Alouettes, Grey Cup bound. OK, on commence à quitter. Il reste pas grand joueur. Écoute, je pourrais continuer toute l'année. Mais c'est 7-3 Winnipeg en ce moment. Honnêtement, à ce point-là, Winnipeg, BC, peu importe, on sera prêt la semaine prochaine. L'équipe va quitter pour Hamilton lundi après-midi. Je vais être sur place. C'est sûr qu'on va avoir beaucoup de contenu là-bas. Il y a du contenu qui va sortir ce soir sur notre site web, sur nos réseaux sociaux. Ça va être incroyable. Écoute, on a du behind the scenes dans les coulisses ici, que du vidéo que vous n'avez pas vu, que vous n'allez pas voir ailleurs. Donc, ça va être vraiment incroyable de suivre le contenu. Merci beaucoup pour tout le monde pour le support tout au long de l'année. Écoute, les Alouettes étaient négligés dans ce match, négligés avant le début de la saison. Tout le monde pensait qu'elle allait terminer dans le sous-sol de la division Ouest. C'est pas le cas. Ils s'en vont en Coupe Grey. OK. I can't sign off just yet. Darnell Sankey's here. All right, now this is going to be the last one. All right.
Yes, sir.
You talked yesterday about, and I don't think there's a lot of people that realize this because I don't know how many people follow the XFL. You were with Arlington, and you guys were heavy underdogs in the semifinal game in the XFL and in the championship game. You guys won both. Just what is it about your mentality and what you bring to the table here that you guys are causing these quote-unquote upsets?
Like I said, we don't believe in upsets. When we're on the field, it's man versus man, 12 versus 12.
Yeah.
No such thing as underdogs. I'm going to say it over and over and over again, and we're going to prove it over and over and over again. It doesn't matter.
Man, I mean, there's so many things I could ask you right now, but just talk to me about, like, at what point did you realize that you guys were in Chad Kelly's head? Honestly, because you were. I mean, 8 turnovers is not common in football, and not for that team.
We knew from the first snap of the game. We knew from day. We knew we had it. We believed. We really truly believed. We said it. We're gonna win this game. We knew. So from snap one, we knew.
Okay, 8 turnovers though. Like I expected you guys to get turnovers tonight. I didn't have 8 on the scorecard. You had 8 on the scorecard. That's impressive.
We want to turn over every play. So really, honestly, as a defense, as a defender, you want to turn over every play. So, I mean, 8 turnovers. We need 10, 12. Like really, truly, we're trying to be the best. So we have a legacy. So.
I mean, I think we would have played another 5 minutes. You guys might have hit double figures. You're almost there. Okay, the Dequoy interception. They're driving a little bit. They broke off a big run. They had a big completion, but Bev gets pressure on Kelly. I couldn't believe he threw the ball. When you see, you could come on, right? You could come on with us if you like. Okay, next. All right. But when Dequoy has that pick six, after they drive, how much is that a momentum killer for those guys, and how much does that give you wings?
Man, like you said, they had a little drive going, which is what we expected them. They came out and they were doing their thing, but we knew if we stood 10 toes down as a defense, we would get the result we wanted, and we saw. So that's what happened.
You've been here for since the middle of September, but even before you got here, this is a defense. It's that cliche bend don't break, but it's not that you guys limit to field goals. I mean, the first 2 trips to the red zone, they turned the ball over twice. They did the quad pick six, and you guys stopped them on 3rd and short twice, and the one time was at the 5-yard line. Just talk to me about that mentality. It's not just bend don't break, but you guys are forcing turnovers inside the red zone.
Yeah. I mean, like I said before, man, red zone or no red zone, we play very aggressive as a defense. We play downhill. We fly to the ball. So, we're expecting to do our thing every single play.
Getting getting 2 stops on 3rd and short is not common in this league. I mean, there's a yard between balls. How did you guys do? I know you were in the middle of both of them. You had one. I think it was pretty clear that you had the stick on at least one of them. But just talk to me about that mentality in the trenches of getting the job done.
Man, credit to the D-line.
Yeah.
You know, D-line do their job. It allows me to come over to the top. And, you know, just credit to our defense. We had a scheme and we executed.
Thank you, Darnell. Enjoy it, and great to see you in Montreal. And I think the number one tweet I had all night was that you need to get a new deal done ASAP, because I think there's people that want to buy a jersey real soon here. All right. Donc c'est tout. Darnell Sankey qui a été juste un monstre dans les tranchées ce soir. Le secondaire a été incroyable. Donc, c'est tout. On a plein de contenu qui s'en vient, qui va être incroyable tout au long de la semaine à Hamilton, ce soir aussi. Donc, je vous remercie beaucoup pour le support tout au long de l'année. Il reste un après-match la semaine prochaine et j'espère avoir un invité spécial, la Coupe Grey. Ça serait incroyable d'avoir la Coupe Grey en après-match. Donc, merci beaucoup tout le monde. Merci pour les commentaires. Merci pour le support. Les joueurs l'ont vraiment ressenti. Ils n'auraient pas pu faire ça sans vous autres. Donc, je vous remercie de leur part, de ma part aussi. Et incroyable. Go House Go. On s'en va à Hamilton. On se voit la semaine prochaine.